President Trump just left RDU Airport on his way back to D.C. just a few minutes ago.
Our Capitol reporter Michael Hyland continues our live team coverage from RDU with a breakdown on what this visit means for his campaign. Michael.
Yeah, when President Trump got here, he was greeted by several prominent Republicans here in North Carolina, and the state could play a crucial role, not just in developing a vaccine, but also in determining whether President Trump gets a second term in office. This is some video from earlier today as he got off of Air Force One here at RDU. The last time President Trump held a public event here was back in March, before we found out about the first confirmed COVID-19 cases in North Carolina. And since then, more than 100,000 people have tested positive. President Trump came here officially to see the Fujifilm Biotech Center, which is working with the company Novavax to try to produce a vaccine. But this trip is happening less than 100 days until Election Day, at a time when traditional campaigning has dramatically changed. Recent polling has shown former Vice President Joe Biden leading President Trump in North Carolina, which Trump won 4 years ago. We talked today with the heads of the state Democratic and Republican parties about the president's handling of COVID-19 and how that'll impact the election.
The state is obviously tremendously important for him in terms of the overall election map. But it's also terribly important in terms of the economy.
The failure to be proactive at the federal level is what has allowed this situation to spiral and has led to the lockdowns and social restrictions that most of us are living with.
President Trump recently canceled the celebration he'd planned to hold in Florida as part of the Republican National Convention that was originally supposed to happen here in North Carolina, in Charlotte. A few hours before President Trump came here to North Carolina, we found out his national security advisor, Robert O'Brien, had tested positive for COVID-19. The spokesperson at the White House says he has mild symptoms and the president is not at risk of exposure. Live at RDU, Michael Hyland, CBS 17 News.